Hi, I'm Ethan. I have a passing interest in board games, and today I'll be talking with two friends who got me into this interest. They play a very large part in getting me into this hobby, and they certainly know more about board gaming than I do. So, could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, hi, I'm Lucas. I've been playing board games for quite a while now, and yes, I'm friends with both Drew and also Ethan.
I'm Andrew, and I've been playing board games for about 10 years now. Yeah, for me, it wasn't with you guys actually, it was with a bunch of friends from church. 10 years back, we all lived like basically the same area. So we did quite a bit of things together, including hiking and all those sort of things. So one day we tried board gaming. That time, it was a cafe called Meeples. They just opened, and we didn't know much about board gaming, so we tried it out. And that's where it started, like Catan, Dixit, Tickets to Ride, the basic modern board games at the moment.
Yeah, for me, it was more. I go further back because I was exposed with more friends, younger friends, and they had like different games like Clue, was it
now.
Cluedo? Yeah, Game of Life. Yeah, those early games cultivated my love for board games growing up. And later on, one of my other experiences was in college, actually with some college friends, and even church friends, where we same like Drew, we go to Meeples, but some of us will have different board games and we just play Catan all day long at the corner of a McD. So those were one of the early entry board games to go into serious board gaming. I've been collecting since 2004, and currently I have about 30 different board games after collecting and selling and trading and whatnot.
I think I just started maybe 8 years back. My first board game was Dominion. Currently, I think I have about 30 or so, around 30 after curating it. This is the list that I'm sticking to. If I buy any, I'm going to sell some.
And
I think, being honest, Drew has actually owned more than 50 or 60 different board games, but he has go way more than that.
Honestly, the amount of money that I spend on board game, it's crazy, man. Let's talk about X-Wings alone. How much do we spend on that?
That is a lot.
I think I spent about 3,000, 4,000 on X-Wings alone.
Yeah,
but I've managed to sell most of it away.
Oh, good for you. I still have my X-Wing collection in a toolbox.
I still have my Imperial faction.
I spent about...
We still can play.
I spent about, I think, 1,000 to 2,000 ringgit on that as well. I think Lucas has the same experience as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think about 2K. Yeah, but good thing I only play Rebels.
I play the Empire as well, so I don't buy any Rebel ships. So I guess we save some money there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent quite a bit on Rebel and Empire, and Scum. I did a bit of Scum as well.
Yeah. I only bought one Scum ship for Push the Limit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. What was that? Star Viper. Yeah.
Yes. Just for Push the Limit. Anyway, I also want to bring the conversation back to the board games convention that we had. I think it was last weekend. 2 weekends ago. Yeah. So, what was your experience? I think it's the first time we've actually had like a 3 days, 2 nights board game
first time
convention.
ever, man.
Yeah. So, what was your experience in Board Games Con? Do you like anything that you would like to highlight or that you want to talk about?
Well, first of all, my personal goal for that con was actually time to get to chill and do shit with friends. So board game was secondary, not really a primary for me. So it's a good thing. So we bonded, we watched some movies, did some drinking. It's pretty good.
All of us needed a good getaway from the pandemic. But I think one thing, the experience that I have there is it's actually good to see the different mindsets of all the different games that's introduced. So even lots of Waterdeep, there was a lot of different strategies and how everyone had different outcomes. Each time we played the game, the outcome was different, or the way that's playing is different.
You were afraid that you couldn't fit all the board games into Lucas' boot because there was so much. You
honestly,
you were so wrong, bro.
Honestly, it was so close. It was so close.
You're so wrong, bro.
I never imagined that you guys had bringing them a lot, too much. I think there's a fraction of what you guys can bring some more. And that's why I'm hoping for the next session, right? A group of like-minded friends can gather, more people can join us as well. That'll be great, lah. That'll be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
To go on a tangent, I feel like the appeal of board games is actually like you're sitting across like real people, and you're sitting across these people that you can talk to and trash talk to and be trash talked back to, and you can scold them and you can curse them, and I think that's the fun of it lah. Like you actually, like, for example, in a social setting, you wouldn't know that I'm a traitorous son of a bitch lah, right?
Yep.
But you have to understand that most people don't take kindly to that. I mean, it depends on your relationship. We are quite close friends. You backstab me, it's fine. I'll backstab you later. But if a stranger comes to me and backstabs me, I'm like, what the fuck did I do, man?
I think like even like how Ethan played Catan and he shouted so many times "bastard," and it's quite. I mean, if you're not close friends with him, you'll be like, who the hell are you to call me bastard? That kind of thing. But as we're all close friends here, I think all of us just like brush off like whatever, you really care. Some of us like call you Chiba. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, man. I'm still gonna trash you, bro.
Do you guys have favorite games that like the favorite board game that you go back to time and time again?
I think Drew is Dead of Winter.
Yeah. Dead of Winter is definitely one of it. I only didn't bring it because it only fits 4 players.
Dead of Winter.
Yeah, Dead of Winter. Okay. Then another game is probably Lords of Waterdeep lah. It's a very it's very simple to learn, but kind of hard to master because there is different strategies that you can employ, and these strategies is very intuitive. You don't have to like read a guidebook or strategy guide to learn all these strategies. Even newcomer the first time play it, I see them devising all those kinds of weird strategies. It's fun to see this kind of people slowly evolve.
Yeah, for me would be, favorite type of games would be like worker placement games. I actually enjoy, you having a very limited type of resource, and then you have to plan. It's actually fun to plan long-term strategies, also with a lot of like interruption from different other people, and you're trying to adapt to those strategies, right? So, Lord of Waterdeep, the one that we played, was fun for me. Yeah, seeing that as how's that. One other one was actually Viticulture. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it. It's actually like a wine making game, but it's actually really good. Worker placement. Yep. Yeah. It's actually really good. So, but other than that, some other games actually draw me close. Like actually Dune was really fun. Even story enriched games like Nemesis and actually Dead of Winter, where there's actually a lot of role playing. I think like even like Star Wars Imperial Assault. It's actually really fun for me. So I really enjoy these kind of games as well.
I have an unopened box of Small World of Warcraft.
That's fun.
I haven't played Small World before, but it's also one of those modern classics. But this version is World of Warcraft, so the geeks are bound to play this.
Well, we didn't get to play some that I brought, so I wanted to play Suburbia. Suburbia is actually
yes. Oh, that one also.
Yeah, economic management game. So that's really good. A bit on the lighter side was Emperor Settlers, which I wanted to bring, but I figured like I don't think I have enough time for that, so I left it home. But it's actually pretty good for like economy, resource management as well.
While we were discussing the board game con, right, there was somebody, I think one of you guys was saying that we should play Twilight Imperium, and
that's the next one.
And I was actually getting quite excited. I was like, I'm finally getting to play Twilight Imperium because I've heard so much about it. My wife has played it before. Will you believe
it?
She's actually played it before. And she doesn't remember much about it though. But she's played it before. I've never played it before. I've always wanted to play Twilight Imperium. So I was like, wow, let's this weekend I finally get to play Twilight Imperium, but we didn't get to play it. I think maybe next time we can play that Twilight Imperium. I'm looking forward to that.
We have to dedicate one day, just one full day for Twilight.
Because I did think, Twilight Imperium is actually the third one on my list, which I wanted to say as well, because it's actually a bit more heavy, but perfect for hardcore gamers as well. And seeing that how everyone here actually enjoys sci-fi games, which is actually a good avenue to actually introduce it as well. But as Drew said, it actually we need a whole day for it, because the last time that I didn't play it, but I loaned out my game to actually a few friends, and it took about 12 hours to complete. I don't think it's hard to get into the hobby. So as long as you have a passion and you have a good group of friends playing with you, I'm sure it's fine. Yep. As for gatekeeping, I guess there will always be some level of gatekeeping. but I've learned that there are always similar experienced friends that you get to play with. So I mean, being honest, throughout this whole time I'm playing, I've been playing a lot of different friends and we have a lot of similar experiences. So I don't really feel that pressure of gatekeeping as well. I mean, and I don't really feel like I'm gatekeeping, but for me, I'll be like, yeah, you might want to start off with this, like a lower level difficulty game. So at least, you want to cultivate interest further. And then if you like it, then you can try different more complicated board games.
I don't think that is gatekeeping per se. It's you are actually tailoring
recommending.
You're helping them come into the community via gateway games like Catan or whatever. Yeah. So I think,
correct.
Yeah.
So I mean, what's one more friend learning a board game, right? So that means you have an extra friend actually you're able to play with.
I think generally the world of board gaming is very inclusive. There's a lot of genres, a lot of type of games, from coffee trading to farm raising to World War II teams. But generally it fits into two camps. One is the Ameritrash type, which is favors a lot of luck, direct conflict, and also very thematic. They like storytelling. Then the other side of the camp is the Euro games. It mostly comes out from German, but these days it just terms it as Euro games, where games are very abstract. They have a team, they have a general team like farming, but it's all about cube pushing. And generally there's not much interaction between gamers. They are what we call indirect conflict. You just score points to win, or maybe you deny them a resource, and that's about it. So some people prefers these more Euro games, or some people prefer the American type games. But generally there is not much conflict between these two camps. This is a personal preference.
Like actually in my case, I like games that has more social elements like
interaction.
Where you talk to other players.
Cool.
Cool is nice. Cool is a simple game.
Or Avalon.
Yeah, Deception is a great game. I suppose most board games have a social element to it. It just depends on how much your social interaction can help you win the game. Because certain games, like the better you are at social, the better you are at winning games. There are games like that, right? Like Warlords of Waterdeep, you're like, hey, don't put your block there I want hey, come on, visit mine visit my building.
No, you cannot bring Lords of Waterdeep in here, because Lords of Waterdeep has a component called intrigue, which directly affects other players.
Yes.
Most Euro games does not have that component. There's no direct interaction. There's no direct sabotage.
I remember playing Dixit. Dixit is like a super abstract game. Like you can't really like what kind of. I guess you could confuse your other players by saying stupid shit
Dixit is a very niche kind of board game, because you have to be outgoing, you have to know your friends, also you have to understand what you're trying to convey. If you don't understand yourself, then probably you won't say anything. You still get people like, when you play cooperative game, and there'll be one player who tells you exactly what to do, exactly when to do.
Oh.
Basically, you're not playing the game, you're just listening to what he says. It happens a lot to cooperative games, so people just tell you what to do.
No, I don't think they have bad experience, but I feel like, example, I have one, I was quite new to the time, and then like it's a more experienced gamer who was quite rude to me when I started playing, and then he was saying like, you're not a good enough level, can you just go and play, like example, Monopoly or something? I'm like, come on, even if like I'm starting out, there's no need to be so rude, right? I mean, just people sometimes just leave your manners out the door, kind of thing.
What is the best way for a casual person to, a casual fan like myself, to really start venturing into collecting board games?
Introduce your group or yourself. Some simple games like Catan or Tickets to Ride, something. They call it gateway games because it's very easy to get into. Then of course you pick something that you like, like for example you want sci-fi games, maybe you can pick something with sci-fi theme, or maybe you just want something chill, or even if you just like cards, right? You just want something portable to bring around. Maybe you can just start with Love Letter or Exploding Kittens.
Actually, last time I used to go to Meeples, and I actually just talk with the owners over there, and just play a few board games together, that kind of thing. Play with friends, and if you know a more experienced gamer, go and find them, and they will actually recommend good entry level games that people will enjoy.
Even though like you have no idea what's a board game, you have no idea what's new, what's updated, what's the latest fad, you can just go to any of the local shops. They can get recommendations from there.
It has been Drew and Lucas. Both of them have been very enlightening to me today. Very nice, very accommodating. I've taken an hour of their time. I hope I will continue playing board games with them. I hope their interests continue, so I have more board games to play. So thanks, thanks for talking with me, both of you. I hope to talk to you soon.
All right, see you, man.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.